Hello all. So have a good and wonderful day. And today we will be learning underwriting of shares. So last class we were focusing on issue of shares. When the company issues the shares to the public, so what are the procedures need to be followed? How the accounting entries need to be focused. At the time of issue of shares, we discussed last class. So now, when the company issue their shares through some other company or through some other bank, they are called as underwriters. So they will take an agreement with the company to issue their shares on behalf of them. So that is called underwriting. So today we will be focusing on underwriting of shares. What is the meaning of underwriting? Who is called underwriters? And what is underwriting commission? And what are the types of underwriting? So all these things we will discuss one by one, and we also will solve a sum. And I will also facilitate you to learn the purpose of calculating underwriting commission and solve a sum, calculating the underwriter's liability in one model. So first of all, what is the meaning of underwriting? Underwriting is an agreement between the underwriters and the company, where the underwriters ensure the company that in case the shares and debentures are offered to the public or not subscribed by the public due to the new the company, due to the new to the market, so few other reasons, the public will not take all the shares and debentures, whatever the case may be. So here underwriter ensures that the company that in case of shares and debentures offered to the public are not subscribed by the public, then such shares and debentures will be taken up by the underwriters. So in simple, underwriting is an agreement between the underwriters and the company. Here the underwriters, it could be a person or an institution. In that institution, it could be a merchant banker or an existing company or financial book brokeraging institutions, etc. So this happens when the company don't want to take risk in raising funds through the issue of shares in the new market. So that's called as underwriting. Underwriting is special terminology used in corporate accounting. Now, what is the meaning of underwriting? The person or the institutions or group of that underwriting a public issue of shares and debentures are called as underwriters. The underwriters may be an individual or group of individuals. The underwriters may be a partnership firm, or two or more joint partnership firm we call joint venture. Or the underwriters may be the joint stock company, existing joint stock company. Or the underwriters may be a bank or group of banks together can underwrite one particular business, and any financial institutions can be called as underwriters if they get into an agreement with the company. And that is called as underwriters. For example, ICICI Bank, State Financial Corporations, life insurance corporations. So all these things are some of the example of underwriters. Now let me take you towards the understanding the meaning of underwriting commission. So usually the company appoints an underwriter, and underwriter charges some revenue from the issue of shares into the market. So that we call as underwriting commission. So let us see the meaning of underwriting commission in the descriptive part. The underwriters are entitled to some consideration for the risk they undertake in underwriting the shares or debentures of a company. So hence they are entitled to some consideration since they are taking risk to underwrite the shares and debentures of a public company. In the other words, considerations payable to the underwriter for underwriting the shares and debentures is called as underwriting commission. The Company Law Board, through the Company Act 1956, fixed maximum limit for underwriting commission. So what should be the maximum limit? For the services rendered by the underwriters are entitled to a maximum commission of 5% of the issue price of the shares and debentures, as the case may be. But for debentures, it is 2.5% on the issue price according to the Companies Act 1956. If the company charges less than this, the underwriting commission pays by the company less than this, then there won't be any problem. When it exceeds the limit, then only there will be a problem. So according to SEBI, the maximum commission payable to underwriters for underwriting the shares and debentures is 2.5% of the issued price. So it is under SEBI's guidelines. So here we can follow the general guidelines given by Companies Act. So anyone crosses the districts or states, so they will not be charged for an extra. So under the SEBI's guidelines, 2.5% in case of debenture and 5% in case of shares. So please make this note because multiple choice questions we can expect this part from this part particularly. Right? So next we will be discussing the advantages and disadvantages of underwriting. So what are the benefits we have due to the underwriting? So main disadvantage is the underwriters guarantee the sale of shares and debentures. Subscription of capital of the company becomes so certain due to this. So the company no need to carry the tension in publishing the prospectus in the name of company and then getting track on the share of each applications. So all these things become certain because of the underwriting agreement. The second basic advantage is that where there is an underwriting arrangement, a company is relieved from trouble of raising the required capital because the entire trouble was taken over by the underwriters. That is the second great advantage. Third advantage is that when there is an underwriting arrangement, a company can be sure of getting the required capital within a specified period of time. So there will no need to worry about either undersubscription or oversubscription or whether to get our required funds or not. So everything can be taken over by the underwriters. Fourth great advantage is with an underwriting arrangement, a company need not bother about money market condition. So the money market condition is purely certain by the underwriters. Hence, underwriting is a great advantage to the company in the starting process. Now, let us discuss what are the disadvantages of underwriting. The underwriting takes the credibility of the company also. Sometimes when the reputed company issues shares, the underwriters will take that reputation of the companies also. So the reputation is shared indirectly through the underwriting agreement. This is the disadvantage for the existing company. And second, the underwriting commission makes a great charge, and it is an expenses. It's an additional expenses to the company apart from the issue of shares. So because around 5% of the issue price of the shares and 2.5% on the issue price of debentures will be charged as an underwriting commission as per the Companies Act, as we have seen before. So likewise, the underwriter's commission expenses itself, it becomes a major criteria for the company which binds with the underwriting people. Hence, this is another great disadvantage. However, for the new entrants, for the newly promoted companies, or the companies who like to issue shares and do the share money market in a new way, then underwriting is a great advantage. Now let us discuss the different types of underwriting business. So we have 4 types of underwriting. One is complete underwriting. The second, partial underwriting. Third, a pure or open underwriting. The fourth type is firm underwriting. But these 4 types are categorized into 2 ways. First 2 types are on the basis of number of shares or debentures underwritten. According to this basis, underwriting contracts are classified into 2 types, that is, complete underwriting and partial underwriting. Next, on the basis of liability of underwriters, the basis of liabilities were taken over by the underwriters. According to this basis, underwriting contracts are again classified into 2 more types. So that's we call here as open underwriting and firm underwriting. Open underwriting is otherwise called as pure underwriting. Now let us discuss what are the different types with some example so that you can remember. So first, on the basis of number of shares or debentures, the underwritten is classified into 2 types. One is complete underwriting. It is one under which the whole of the issued shares or debentures of a company is underwritten by one or more underwriters, which means whatever the authorized capital and issued capital on that capital would be issued only through the underwriters. It could be either one underwriter or more than one underwriter. The company will not take any responsibility in issue of shares to their personal, to their public or to their procured people. Everything will be taken by the underwriters. Whereas the second type is partial underwriting. It is one under a part of the issue of shares or debentures of a company is underwritten by one or more underwriters, which means the company's shares fully will not taken under underwriting business, whereas some portion of that total planned issue of shares will be taken by the underwriter. Now let me give you an example. For example, if the company has planned to issue 1 lakh equity shares of rupees 100 each, so they have a plan to raise 1 crore amount. So what happens now? They have planned to issue 1 lakh shares of rupees 100 each. Now they give 1 lakh shares to company X and company Y, under underwriting contract 50,000 shares to the company X and 50,000 shares to the company Y. That means entire 1 lakh shares has been given for underwriting. It could be one underwriter or more than one underwriter. No need to worry. If the entire issues have been given for underwriting contract, then it is called complete underwriting. Students always used to get a confusion. Whenever right happens, 1 lakh shares are issued to company A and company B, 50,000, 50,000, they feel that it is partial underwriting. No. The entire planned issue of shares have been given into that underwriting contract. It could be either one company or more than one company, doesn't matter. As soon as the company gives the entire planned issue of shares under underwriting contract, then it is called as complete underwriting. Whereas the partial underwriting, take the same example, but the outcome would be different. Take the same example, that is 1 lakh planned issue of shares to rupees 100 each, and it would be issued to company A 20,000, to company B 50,000. Remaining 30,000 will be issued by the company on their own. So now can you see the differences? So in partial underwriting, out of 1 lakh shares, 20,000 given to company A for underwriting contract, and company B will get 50,000 under underwriting contract, whereas remaining 30,000 is kept pending. Whereas the remaining 30,000 is kept pending, which is issued by the same company itself, which is not gone under underwriting contract. Hence, this is called as partial underwriting. Please understand these differences. The terms which is described now for this particular two types may get confused. But take this example, 1 lakh shares issued to two companies under underwriting contract completely. The entire 1 lakh has issued. Both the companies taken underwriting contract to the issue of shares. So now it happens to be the complete underwriting, whereas the partial underwriting means most of the shares or some of the shares given to the underwriting contract, and some part of the shares will be taken over by the company itself to issue from their responsibility. So here, total out of 1 lakh, only 70,000 have gone to underwriting contract. Remaining 30,000 is kept under the company themselves, under their responsibility. So then it is called as partial underwriting. So this is most important understanding everyone should have while attending the multiple choice question. The second category of classification of underwriting business is on the basis of liability of the underwriters. So according to this basis, the underwriting contracts are classified into two types, that is pure or open underwriting. The second one is firm underwriting. So here, the pure underwriting means it is an arrangement under which the underwriters agree to take up the shares or debentures of a company only when the shares or debentures underwritten by them is not fully subscribed by the public. So this is called as open or pure underwriting. When it is not subscribed, not fully subscribed by the public, then it is called open underwriting. Whereas the firm underwriting, it is an arrangement where underwriters agree to buy a definite number of shares and debentures, irrespective of the number of shares or debentures subscribed by the public. In case of firm underwriting, the underwriters get priority over the general public if the shares or debentures are oversubscribed. So it is an important area we need to note. The pure underwriting comes into the picture when it is not fully subscribed. When it becomes fully subscribed or oversubscribed, then the firm underwriting comes into the picture. When it is oversubscribed, the allotment of shares need to be given priority to the underwriters rather than the public. Now I will give you an example. Firm underwriting. For example, your company issued 1 lakh shares of ₹100 each, whereas through the underwriting contract, the public has applied for more than 80s. That means total out of 1 lakh shares. They have public applied in together 1,20,000 shares. And underwriter company also have applied for some shares. But later what happened? So it is we call as oversubscription. So this oversubscription used to be either adjusted within the shareholders and the excess paid by the applications will be returned with the call of rejection letter, with the letter of regret. But here some shares amount used to be adjusted and some shareholders applicants will be given priority. For the firm underwriting, the underwriters gets priority over the general publics. This is called firm underwriting. Whereas when it is not fully subscribed, the balance will be either taken over by the underwriters themselves. So here it is called as pure or open underwriting. It is called as pure or open underwriting. So I hope you understand between the differences between the different types of underwriting. So understand the conceptual differences, then only we will be able to attend the multiple choice question so perfectly if it is asked from this part. So let me have a quick recap. The partial underwriting and complete underwriting. Complete underwriting when you issue the entire shares. Whereas the partial underwriting when you issue some part of the underwriting contract. So let us quickly go to the calculation of underwriter's liability. So how to calculate the underwriter's liability? The liability of underwriters refers to the number of shares the underwriters must subscribe on account of underwriting agreement. This happens only when there is a called conditional underwriting. When the underwriting company and takes an agreement with the shares issuing company with the condition that some shares will be taken under their responsibility if it is not issued to the public. Or there is another way, the minimum number of shares will be taken over by the underwriting company for their underwriting business. So here, how to calculate the underwriter's liability. So let me show you a statement now, the calculation of underwriter's liability. So what is that? It starts with, it always calculated in number of years. It starts with particular number of years. First item is gross liability as per the underwriting agreement. So what is the gross liability of that company to get issued to the public? Total liability of the company, underwriting company, so on so shares. Subtract the unmarked applications, if anything. And before that, during this itself, we will discuss what is marked and what is unmarked application. And that I will tell you with an example. So just now take down this format in your notebook because we are going to use this for solving a sum simultaneously. So start with gross liability and so on so number of shares as decided in the contract, underwriting contract between the company, a shares issuing company, and underwriting contract company, and subtract the unmarked applications, and from that result subtract the marked applications if any, then you will get net liability. So then you add firm underwriting, the number of shares firms have taken responsibility to underwrite, and then the total liability can be arrived. So from this we can calculate the underwriting concern. So total liability is most important to calculate. So here, what is marked and unmarked applications? The applications received by the company bearing the official stamps of the individual underwriter or the respective underwriters are called marked applications, which means the application will carry a seal of the underwriting company with their logo or with their approval, showing that this particular application is derived from their portfolio. So if the application carries any stamp, official stamps from the underwriting company's name, then it is called as marked applications. It authentically says that this application is particularly generated from the liabilities of the particular underwriter. So that's why the marked application carries the responsibility of the particular underwriting company. If it is stamped, then it shows that particular underwriting company taken efforts to sell this particular application to the public. For example, a company have taken underwriting contract with two companies, say company X and company Y. Company ABCD Limited is about to sell their shares, about to issue their shares. Now they are appointing two companies, say for example company X and company Y. So they have 1 lakh shares, and company X taken 50,000 shares, and company Y agreed to take the responsibility to issue remaining 50,000 shares. So it is called complete underwriting. So here company X and company Y will take efforts to sell the applications to the public, to issue their applications. While issuing, that company X and company Y will issue the same application. But when they issue, the public will buy, and at last, altogether, if the company receives all the applications, they are not able to categorize which are the applications generated from company X and which are the applications generated from company Y. So for that purpose, company X and company Y, two or more underwriters if exist, they will have their own rubber stamp, and they will make their stamp with their company name and logo as the case may be, and affix that stamp on their applications, the front page, and then they will start issue the applications. So as soon as the company collects the applications, they will come to know which are the applications are taken, the efforts from which underwriting company. Since for this purpose the stamp is given on the application, so whenever the stamps have been affixed, those applications are called as marked applications. When any application do not carry such a stamp, then it is called as unmarked application. But here, when you have more than two or more underwriters, the unmarked application will definitely carry some confusion at the time of calculating the underwriter's liability. So during such case, the underwriter's liability will be calculated for the unmarked application in the agreed ratio, but not in actual number of applications, because in unmarked applications we do not know through which company, underwriting company, this has been issued. Hence, applications received by the company directly from the public, which do not bear the official stamp of the underwriter or the underwriters, then it is called as unmarked applications. If the applications carry the stamp of that underwriting company, then it is called as marked application. In a simple sense, if you have in a simple sense, if you have any stamp on the application received from the public, then it is called marked applications. If you receive the application from the public without any stamp on the application, then it is called as unmarked application. But it has its own implication. Marked applications, it has an implication that the company, the shares issuing company, it helps them to easily calculate the exact liability of the underwriters. Whereas the unmarked applications, it will not help when the issuing company has more than two or more underwriters. If the issuing company has more than two or more underwriters, then definitely the unmarked application will create a confusion. So during that case, they will divide the total number of unmarked applications into the agreed ratio of the underwriting company. So in that case, the special drive taken by the underwriting company to issue the applications to the public may be ignored. So that's why the marked applications and the unmarked applications will carry a special impact. So now let me recap the entire calculation of gross liability. Take the gross liability as it is of the underwriting company, subtract the unmarked applications and subtract the marked applications, you will get net liability. Then you can take the phone underwriting and that will get total liability. Now let me take you to the problem model. So what we are going to discuss, how to calculate the gross liability, how to take the net liability, how to come to a conclusion of the total liability that we will be looking in this particular sum of underwriter's liability. Please look into the question and let me brief about the question first. Understand the question with its background for calculation, and then we'll proceed to calculate the total liability of the underwriting company. So that would be beneficial to you. So have your workings in your answers itself one by one. Now, the question shows A Limited issued 10,000 equity shares, 10 lakh equity shares. A Limited issued 1 lakh equity shares. The whole of the issue was underwritten as follows. That means there are three underwriters, namely X, Y, and Z. So X is taking the liability of 40%, Y takes the liability of 30%, and Z takes the liability of 30%. That means 40% X, Y is 30%, and remaining 30% is Z. So altogether, if we calculate, entire 100% it comes, which means it is a complete underwriting. So as we were looking into the different types of underwriting, and the first type, complete underwriting. So here A company, A limited company issued 1 lakh equity shares under complete underwriting. They are not taking any of the shares on their own as their own responsibility to issue to the public. So they have taken a complete underwriting. So 40%, 30%, and 30%, you will get total 100%. Hence it is called as complete underwriting. If the total comes 90% or 80% or below, then it is called partial underwriting. Now, applications for 80,000 shares were received in all, out of which application for 20,000 shares had a stamp of X, and those for 10,000 shares that of Y, and 20,000 shares that of Z. Now we are required to calculate the net liability of each underwriter. So now please understand the question. It is a type of complete underwriting. So totally 80,000 shares applications have been received from the public altogether out of 1 lakh equity shares. So of that 80,000, there are some marked applications and balance or unmarked applications. Here the balance they did not say. They said only about marked applications, which means the balance we can treat as unmarked application. So what is the total applications? You see, out of 1 lakh equity shares application, the company received 80,000 applications. So remaining 20,000 applications are the liabilities of the underwriters. So which means X will take the 40% liability and Y will take 30% liability, Z will take 30% liability. That have to be calculated. That cannot be taken as it is. So that is our major work on the calculation of that particular liabilities of the underwriters. So here, out of 80,000 shares, 50,000 shares are the marked applications, which means X is 20,000, Y is 10,000, and Z shares are 20,000. So totally 50,000 shares out of 80,000 shares were received as marked application. So now the balance is called as unmarked, which means the balance is 80,000 minus 50,000. The balance is 30,000. So these 30,000 shares are called as unmarked application. So with this brief introduction to this question, let me take you to the solution part, how to calculate. So now I will not reveal you the answer in the screen. Rather, I will explain you how to calculate the net liability. Please grasp my lecture and do your workings in your notebook. And then I will show you the solution sheet. You can verify. Simultaneously also I will explain how this has been arrived. From my previous lecture also you can arrive the same answer. You can verify that you have got this right answer. If you have made any mistake, then you can correct simultaneously and update the right answer. So now, calculation of unmarked applications. It is like workings. So take only two columns. So one is details, the other one is number of shares. So here no amount, only number of shares or number of debentures as the case may be. So here what is that? Number of shares. So start from total applications received, that is 80,000. Of this 80,000, subtract the marked applications, because it is a calculation of unmarked applications. So calculate the marked applications. So from X it was 20,000, from Y it was 10,000, that is the applications received with stamp. And Mr. the Z underwriter, we got 20,000 applications. So together X20, Y10, Z20. Together it comes 50,000. So from this point currently I am showing you the question so that you can simultaneously look into it. So totally the marked applications are 50,000 shares and the unmarked applications are 30,000 shares. The balance. Why we are calculating this? Because when calculating the net liability, we need to focus on unmarked application. In the statement shown calculation of total liability of the underwriter, the first step is gross liability and then subtract the unmarked applications. So there we will take this balance amount, that is the number of unmarked applications, 30,000. This 30,000 we need to use in the first step in the calculation of net liability of the underwriter. Now the statement showing the net liability of the underwriter. So particulars, and have 5-column table. Why it is 5 column? Because the number of underwriters, we have 3 underwriters. So here X, Y and Z are the 3 underwriters we have. Now as I said, prepare 5-column table since we have 3 companies as underwriting companies. So particulars, X underwriter, Y underwriter, Z underwriter, and then last total. So 5 columns. I hope you are able to follow my words. You take notes simultaneously. So particulars, X underwriting, and then Y underwriter, Z underwriter, third one is total. And now let me draw your attention to take the gross liability of the companies. So total number of shares to be issued are 1 lakh shares, which is given in this question itself, which I am showing you now in the slide. So of these 1 lakh shares, so the company X, underwriting company X, company Y and company Z are taken the liabilities in the ratio form, that is 40%, 30% and 30%. Which means out of 1 lakh, 40% is 40,000. So company X gross liability is 40,000. Company Y, the gross liability is 30%, that means 30,000. Company Z, gross liability is another 30,000, that is 30%, you will get same 30,000. So in the first row, you can write gross liability. X is 40,000 shares. In the Y column, 30,000 shares. In the Z column, another 30,000 shares. In the total column, 1 lakh shares. And then subtract the unmarked applications. So what are the unmarked applications we have? So here, totally we have 30,000 unmarked applications in total, which we have calculated just before. Because total liabilities are 1 lakh, total the responsibilities taken over by the companies through the applications are 80,000. So out of applications received, 50,000 applications carry the stamp mark. So remaining 30,000 do not carry the stamp mark, which means unmarked. Now 30,000 in total, you can write 30,000 unmarked applications. So in the particulars, we have written first gross liability and then second subtract the unmarked applications. So here in total we have written 30,000. Out of this 30,000, can divide those 30,000 applications, since it is an unmarked applications, divide in the responsibility ratio. That means 40%, 30%, and 30%, which means 4:3:3 in simple form. Or you can take directly the 40%, 30%, and 30% of 30,000 unmarked applications, respectively to X, Y, and Z. Now, out of 30,000, if we calculate this ratio, 40% comes around 12,000 shares, which have to be allotted to company X, underwriting X. Then out of 30,000, 30% share, that is 9,000 shares, have to be allocated to underwriting Y. And then remaining 30% out of 30,000 unmarked applications, you can allot, that is 9,000 shares, to Z. So now the unmarked application, that is gross liability minus unmarked applications. In X, you have 40,000 minus 12,000. In Y, you have already 30,000 and minus 9,000. In Z, you have another 30,000 and minus 9,000. So total, if you take 1 lakh gross liability, after minus 13,000 unmarked applications. Now subtract this and take the balance. So this balance we call as unmarked applications, and that is total gross liability minus unmarked applications. Now we got the balance. That is 40,000 minus 12,000, you must have get 28,000. 30,000 minus 9,000, you must have get 21,000. Then for Z, similarly, 30,000 minus 9,000, you must have get 21,000. Simultaneously do the same thing in the total column. 1 lakh shares minus 30,000 shares, and we got 70,000 shares. So likewise, you may calculate all these things. You can carry out the balance. Now subtract the marked application. So what is that marked application here? So marked application is given explicitly in the question itself. As I am showing you the question, the purpose why I am showing you the question is that you can simultaneously watch that and write in your notebook. So now subtract the marked applications. So what are the marked applications? So here marked applications are 20,000 for X and 10,000 applications of Y and 20,000 applications of Z, which is given directly in the question itself. Which means the issuing company has received 80,000 applications. Of that, these applications are carrying stamp mark of X 20,000 and Y 10,000 applications and Z 20,000 applications respectively. And take this as marked application and subtract from the previous balance. Now you have in the particulars gross liability minus unmarked application balance. Now minus the marked applications. So what are the marked applications? That is 20,000 for X, for Y it is 10,000 applications, for Z it is 20,000 applications. Total it becomes 50,000 applications. Now the net liability. So if you subtract, already we have 28,000 balance in X and subtract the marked application 20,000. Now the net liability of underwriter X is 8,000 shares. And underwriter Y is already you have balance 21,000 minus the marked application 10,000. You will get 11,000 shares as the net liability of underwriter Y. And for Z, you already have balance 21,000. Of that, subtract the marked application 20,000, which means the net liability of the contract result is 1,000 shares. So now if you add this net liability of X, that is 8,000, net liability of Y, that is 11,000, and net liability of Z, that is 1,000, you will get 20,000 shares, which is the balance on shares, because out of 1 lakh issued share applications, 80,000 have been issued to the public through marked and unmarked applications. Remaining 20,000 have to be beared by those underwriters. So that we calculated this. So now what is the net liability of X? Is 8,000. Net liability of Y is 11,000. Net liability of Z 1,000. If you add this, you will get exactly 20,000. So this 20,000 have been segregated to X, Y, and Z based on this calculation as the net liability of each underwriter. Net liability of each underwriter. I hope you are able to follow my words, and now we will move towards the solution part. Before moving to the solution part, let me summarize quickly how to proceed this. So as we have discussed just before, so what is marked application, what are unmarked application, how to calculate the liability of the underwriters. So with these three things only, we have proceeded this particular question. So in this, first we calculated from the details given in the question, first we calculated the unmarked applications, total unmarked applications. So of that, unmarked applications 80,000, and subtract the marked application 50,000, balance unmarked application is 80,000. The balance becomes 30,000. Now we need to know that is why we calculated this unmarked application. Now we can segregate this unmarked application to X, Y, and Z based on their responsibility ratio, which is taken at the time of agreement with the issuing company. Now, what is that gap? So take the statement showing net liability of the underwriters. There we proceeded step by step, and finally we came to a conclusion of net liability of the underwriters, which is not directly divided based on the ratio which we have calculated by the help of this statement. By the help of this statement we calculated. If we divide the unmarked applications based on that ratio, then the underwriter who works efficiently, they will not come forward. They will not render hard work. So this is how we need to focus. Now let me show you the solution table and simultaneously take your attention for that explanation. So now see the solution. So now let me reveal the solution in my screen and copy. Verify your answer along with that. Make your calculation so perfectly and make it as a professional table, as a final solution table. Now this screen shows the calculation of unmarked applications and the statement showing net liability of the underwriters. Net liability of the underwriters. So calculation of unmarked applications, that is total applications received 80,000 minus marked applications. In total, whatever is given in question, just we have added, that is X 20,000, Y 10,000, Z 20,000. We have added all these things. So we got 50,000 shares as carrying the stamp of each underwriter respectively X, Y, and Z. So totally 50,000 applications are marked applications. So this sum has been given. Not only find out the net liability of the underwriter, simultaneously we need to understand what is the implications of market applications. What is the implications of the standard of the underwriter? So it carries much implication. It has later it has a carrying forward responsibility at the time of calculating net liability for each underwriter. So if you have the stamped application, that will always serve better to that underwriting company or the underwriter. So here the company underwriter agent have made more number of shares and stamped shares. That's why his liability becomes less at the end. So the company would like to take a small portion of the liability if the entire applications are not subscribed. Then they need to issue their shares by carrying that stamp of the company, underwriting company. If the underwriting company would be happy to take the more liability, if the applications are not taken over by the public, then the underwriting company very well can issue their applications without carrying their stamp on. So for example, here underwriter Y have made, because he wanted to take more number of shares. So what he has done, he has issued all the applications without his stamp over the application. That means Y have made more number of shares as unmarked application, either less number of shares as marked application. So the Y, the responsibility, that means net liability of Y becomes nil. So that's why it's not only calculation, addition, subtraction and multiplication. Here we need to understand the backdrop of marked application and unmarked application, because your exam is mostly on multiple choice questions. So if you understand the concept well, then only you can be very well in marking the answer effectively. So here total applications received 80,000, marked applications in total 50,000, total unmarked applications are 30,000. So this is called unmarked applications. Now we have calculated. You also must have calculated during my lecture itself. Now just copy this. Now second, statement showing the net liability of the underwriter. Have the 5 column as I said before, particulars, underwriter X, underwriter Y, underwriter Z, and then total. So here we have 3 types of underwriters, 3 set of underwriters, 3 people. So now, what are their gross liability? Start from gross liability as per the format. So what are their gross liability? The issuing company issued 1 lakh shares applications. Of that, 40% is taken over by X as his liability, 30% has taken over by Y as her liability, another 30% have been taken over by Z as his own liability. So the gross liability is, out of that 1 lakh, 40%, that is 40,000 shares towards X. 30% of 1 lakh, that is 30,000 shares, gives to the total liability to the underwriter Y. And of the remaining 30%, that is goes to Z. Out of 1 lakh, 30% of shares application goes to Z, that is 30,000. So even if you calculate the total, it comes 1 lakh. This is simultaneously you can verify this particular point. Now, second is most important thing, subtract the unmarked application. So in unmarked application, we do not know how much for X and how much for Y and how much for Z. We know for marked applications, but for unmarked applications, we do not know how many applications need to be given to X, how many applications need to be allocated to Y, and how many applications need to be allocated to Z. So for that, we use their responsibility ratio. So the total 30,000 unmarked applications have to be allocated based on their responsibility ratio, that is 40% to X, 30% to Y, and the remaining 30% to Y. So now you segregate, calculate and segregate the 30,000 unmarked applications to X is Y and Z based on their responsibility ratio. So here 40%, 30%, another 30% can be simplified as a ratio from 4:3:3, or as the case may be. You can also use the percentage as it is, or you can take the ratio. So now 40% of 30,000 unmarked applications or 12,000 have to be allocated to X, and of that 30,000 unmarked application, remaining 30%, that is 3 by 10, 30 by 100, that means 9,000 applications have to be allocated to Y, and again 30% to Z, that is 30,000 unmarked applications. Of that 30% is 9,000 applications to Z. So now the total, that is the balance applications, it comes around 28,000 for X and 21,000 for Y, and the last is balance 21,000 for Z. Now this balance is also in the similar ratio, that is the responsibility ratio 40, 30 and 30%, or 4:3:3, that is 28,000, 21,000 and 21,000. Total is 70,000 balance. You can also verify either this balance or right or wrong based on your ratio, that is based on that responsibility ratio. Next is subtract the marked applications from the balance array. So what are the marked applications? The marked applications are which is given in the question itself. For X, it is 20,000 applications. For Y, it is 10,000 applications. For the Z, it is 20,000 applications, respectively. Now, take down the marked application under the balance and subtracting items. So now, minus the marked applications, 20,000 for X and 10,000 for Y and 20,000 for Z. Please make a note. This is not, we are not calculating. This is not calculated by us. This is given in the question as a marked applications. Because 20,000 applications carry the stamps of X, and the 10,000 applications carry the stamp of Y, and the remaining 20,000 applications carry the stamp of Z. So now if we subtract, we will get the net liability of the underwriter. So now the net liability of the underwriter by subtracting the marked applications, you will get for X 8,000 shares, and for Y it is 11,000 shares, and for Z it is 1,000 shares. So the balance would be 20,000 shares. So this is the final answer of our exercise. Now I will take you to a quick revision. So what we have done is 66 plus 8. I will take you a quick revision for this underwriting of shares or decomposed. So underwriting is a contract between the issuing company and the underwriting contract company. Is an agreement, which means the issue of shares responsibility will be taken over by them from the time of issue of prospectus and receiving the applications. Everything will be taken over. Then we learned what is underwriting, what is the underwriter, who is called underwriter, why it is the need for calculating underwriting commission, what is the restriction have been given for the calculation of underwriting commission by the Company Law Board and Stock Exchange Board of India, Securities Exchange Board of India, SEBI. So here the underwriting commission maximum is fixed as 5% for shares and 2.5% for debentures. And we also discussed types, advantages and disadvantages of underwriting. Later we came to know what are the different types of underwriting based on two categories, that is complete underwriting, partial underwriting, pure underwriting or open underwriting, the fourth one form underwriting. Then we learned how to calculate underwriter's liability. In this also we learned what is marked applications, what are unmarked applications. Now, later we have seen a question, problem model, and calculated the net liability of the underwriters. So with this, let me complete my session, and I hope you understood everything. If you have any doubt, post that in the comment. During the webinar session, we will discuss that. So have a wonderful weekend and apply the multiple choice questions, quizzes on every week beginning. And happy learning to you all. Thank you.